Hello, guys. Okay, welcome to December 3rd, Thursday. We have a lot more going on today than we have the past couple of days. So, the moon is still in very emotional Cancer, very concerned about, do I feel safe? Do I feel secure? Lots of wanting to snuggle up at home, wanting that positive vibe, right, in the home energy. But it's going to be in conflict with Mars early on in the day, so just a little heads up. Mars is that warrior planet. It's like, come on, let's go, let's go. And it's that fiery energy, but when we have it in Cancer, it's going to be the strong motivation to feel like more secure and solid in where we're going. We're all really going to be feeling this on Thursday. Now, by the afternoon, the moon is going to be in conflict with Pluto. So, and Pluto is all about transformation. So what happens there? We realize stuff, right? Pluto's all about bringing things up from the underworld, right? So things are going to be coming up that we're going to be realizing about ourselves. Now, by the evening, it's going to be opposite Jupiter. So we have, the moody Cancer moon, right, with Mars can definitely incite some irritability that can end up escalating here in this energy, just because Jupiter expands with it, whatever it's hanging with. So this could end up with some power struggles. But Jupiter is also a softening energy, right? Because Jupiter is about luck and expansion. We also might be having this this emotional drive to travel, to learn, to study. Because it's Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So it's all about, and we're in the season of Sagittarius right now, so it's all about that, right? Philosophical beliefs, moral code, moral compass, wanting to travel, being very intrigued by foreign lands, foreign cultures, the idea of travel, the idea of expanding ourselves and just doing different things. So if for that, even though the moon's in Cancer, there's just a lot going on, and it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily bad. It's more of like an irritation, because Cancer's a beautiful chill energy when everything is copacetic. But when you throw something in there like Mars, or something in there like Pluto, where they're very sort of like, come on, you have to do this, it can be a little uncomfortable. So if you're feeling a little moody, let it go. Just say, oh, the moon's in Cancer. I have, Mars and Pluto are being a pain in the ass today, so I'm going to let it go. It's going to lighten up by the evening because Jupiter's going to make sure it does, so that'll be okay. Ultimately, it'll be a pretty good day compared to, there's just going to be a lot of emotions going on, but that's okay. That's okay. So let me dip the camera down, and let's pull some cards. So we're going to, as we've been doing, we're going to pull one card for love, one card for career/money, because not everybody's working. Not everybody has money, right? Ridiculous. It's the unemployment rate. Oh my gosh. It's very upsetting to me. I'm sure it's very upsetting to many of you as well. And then we're just going to pull a bunch of cards and see what we get for the day, for the collective. You're going to know what resonates with you. And sometimes, guys, parts resonate, other parts don't. General energy. Okay, we have the King of Swords as for relationship in the reverse. And we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse for career. So the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and let's just talk about that for a second, because that's about feeling like there's some sort of conflict for sure, right? So there's a conflict having to do with work. Now, Ten of Pentacles does mean maturity, right? So it means the ability to be very mature in the handling of something. It means doing really well financially. It means things deepening, things it's almost palatable, but how you can feel things just moving forward in a very positive way. Not happening so much on this day, meaning, now this is from your emotional perspective. You might feel really, really frustrated about money or where you're going in your career. So obviously, because it's a pentacle energy, could certainly be directly related to money. But even if your money's okay, you could just be feeling the sense of loneliness at work, or this lack of connection, this lack of like almost like a sense of isolation, even if money is okay. Now, as far as relationship goes, we have the King of Swords in the reverse, which this is kind of like a very this could be a corrupt energy, somebody talking out of both sides of their mouth, somebody a little bit of gaslighting, a little bit of deflection, saying one thing, doing another. So there can definitely be this energy of conflict there, you know. I feel like it's kind of set to do that. But this is the thing, which is very important to understand while we're experiencing things like this. Whenever we have Mars energy, and even Pluto, but I'll talk about Pluto in a second. Whenever we have Mars energy, you have to understand Mars is the tower, right? But it's all about, Mars is very focused and very concerned about us being on our rightful path or not. And Mars is the one who will come along and say that has reached its expiration date, even if it's just a line of thinking. It doesn't mean a relationship is over or anything like big and dramatic like that. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. It could just simply be like, that thing that you guys have been talking about, yes, so as it turns out, now that things are starting to clear up and the energy is starting to lighten a little bit, you're realizing that what you guys have been planning for your relationship is really not very feasible. And they're ending up being this sort of argument over it or about it, but, you know, there could be some grandstanding in the meantime. Right? And the thing is, when we have Pluto there, and Pluto is all about the need to end something as it was so that it can be regenerated and can be transformed. It's, you know, and this is going to be happening definitely on this day, where we're going to be realizing that we need to change the way that we're thinking or we're doing something, right? And we need to actually be a lot more strategic in our thought, right? Because that's the King of Swords is about going very mental and not emotional, and the King of Swords in the reverse has a hard time doing that, right? It just does. But this could be a very sort of manipulative energy, you know, very like almost like emotionally abusive, somebody just not wanting to hear you. Be very, very frustrating. So you could certainly be acting like that, or somebody else is acting like that. But let's see what we get. And remember, guys, it's just for the day. It's not the end of the world. But all of these things happen because something is not right the way it was. So it's all about course correction. These energies are always about how, you know, perspective. How are you going to look at it? How are you going to work with it? So we have the Eight of Wands in, you know, starting out here. So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of frustration experienced, right? Some sort of delay in something. Right? So this delay can certainly be this King of Swords in the reverse, and that's what the argument is about, where there's this delay. This news is not coming in, this ability to move forward is not coming in right now. Temporary energy. Temporary, it's a minor arcana. But this temporary delay is getting in the way of you guys being able to move forward and build, right? So this could certainly have to do with a job, like the news just still not coming in. You're still not finding out specifically about that job, that path, hearing from that person, whatever it is. And then here we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I mean, first of all, this can very much be about office politics. This could be about somebody not doing such a great job. You know, you being surrounded by energies who really are like sloppy workers, or you don't feel very supported in your work environment. Could certainly be that. This could also be where, if it has to do with relationship, where you feel like for some reason you have been feeling like you and your partner maybe were on the same page and now you're not, or it's this frustration because the Three of Pentacles is a Mars and Capricorn energy, which is about coming together and building and working towards something, right? It's about teamwork, collaboration. I always call it the architect card, right? Defining where it is that you guys are going together. And the Three of Pentacles is like, no, okay, we can't do that right now. It's just not happening. And perhaps not even feeling very connected to it. Now we have this working with the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is some sort of new project, a creative idea. So some of you may be in the space of realizing, you know, with the Ten of Pentacles energy, you may not be ready for one thing right now, but you're really very focused on trying to cultivate a new idea, but you're not quite ready to bring it out to the public yet. So you might be working on some sort of, I don't know, like podcast or a book, or some, building out a business now, or studying to become something, and you're just not quite there yet, right? But it's a frustrating energy for sure. It's definitely a frustrating energy if it has to do with like career or how you make your money, anything like that. With the Page of Wands, as far as relationships go, that page is always either an immature or a new energy. So you might be meeting somebody new, or your partner might be acting a little immature. And whenever we get the wands is always a phallic symbol, right? So they might be wandering eyes, a little bit of a player energy, or at least vibing. You could be in a space of questioning how committed they are in a relationship. Yeah. So we have this working with the Seven of Cups in reverse. And I like this better than in the upright, because this is about clarity, right? This is about clarity, the illusion of something ending, and you having a restored sense about something. And we have that working with the fabulous, beautiful, and very sexy Emperor. The guy in this deck is very, right? He's hot. Aries. Fresh path, new perspective, leadership vibe, taking the bull by the horns. Now, for those of you in work, awesome energy, because this is about, again, leadership vibe. This is very much an idea energy. You might not have all the answers, because the Emperor doesn't have all the answers. The Emperor is the ideas guy, right? He doesn't actually completely implement everything all the way through, but the Emperor is the one who gets everything started. He gets everything going. Very self-assured, lots of confidence, really beautiful, right? So that has to do with work. So you're going to, I just feel like you're going to be cultivating some sort of idea for yourself, having to do with money, having to do with your career. Because the fact that we have you feeling not ready for something, I feel like you are getting yourself ready for something with this Emperor energy, which I really like. Now, for those of you in relationship, for some of you, this is you coming in and saying, you know what, I'm going to come and just take over the show right now. It seems like, the relationship is stagnant because we have analysis paralysis, and it's about time we do some solid research to just once and for all identify a new path and a new perspective. For others of you, this could identify you meeting somebody new. Okay? And if you're meeting somebody new, congratulations, because this is a very faithful energy and somebody who knows how to do relationship. And then we have this working with the Page of Swords. So the truth of something is coming out. There is this truth coming out about something in all of this. And I love that with the Seven of Cups reversed, right? This clarity, there's this idea of clarity, truth, the sense of something being restored. And so this, you realizing something and you're saying, you know what, I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to feel held back anymore. I want to just take the bull by the horns, right? That Emperor energy, and just move it forward. Move it forward. So then we have the King of Wands. Beautiful. Love it. Cancer and Leo. Fabulous energy. Feeling really passionate and excited and motivated to move forward in something that you know is ultimately going to end up bringing you a firm foundation that you want to be in, or you want to be involved in. Oh, come on, guys. How fabulous. Look, Empress. All Venus. Mother of the Tarot. Perpetually pregnant. Beautiful. This is about abundance. For those of you trying to get pregnant, or you've been vacillating, do I want that? Should I? Shouldn't I? This is the energy of fertility, creation, pregnancy. This is also the energy of really good parenting. But it's abundance, right? It's Venus. Venus is a money energy. Venus is about self-esteem and feeling self-respect. Also love. I mean, it's just the whole, the beautiful trifecta. We have this working with the death energy, though. So that when we have the death energy in reverse, there's this idea of stagnation and inertia, right? And it's like feeling stuck in something. So I feel like for now, there's a mix of energies right now, guys. I'm telling you, and I'm getting that so strongly. I feel like a lot of you feel right now very stuck, but your mind and emotions are planning, are setting things up, are putting things in motion, Because we love the death energy. Because it's about like endings that really finish serving their purpose, finally ending so that we could move on to transform something. It doesn't mean the end of a relationship all the time, or the end of a job, it's just the way that it was. It's just, think about it again. Please go glass half full kind of thing. It's, you want better than you've had anyway, right? I mean, this is what you want. You want to be able to evolve yourself to that next space, whether it's in the relationship or in your career. So now we have this working with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So you're dealing with a stubborn energy right now. Some of you might be dealing with somebody who's kind of lazy, somebody who's not working. Now, the not working does not necessarily mean lazy, especially in this day and age. However, lazy is an energy that does come up for me with this energy as well. So somebody could be working and still be lazy, maybe within a relationship or, you know, within a job or something like that. But it can be that, it can indicate that somebody being out of work, and there being a lot of challenge with that. Okay, and then we have this working with the Judgment energy in reverse. Now this is an energy of denial though, right? Making not such a great judgment call on something because you're scared of change. It's like, oh, I can't do it. Suddenly feeling very kind of scared and weak, and almost trying to sell yourself some sort of false narrative, or somebody trying to sell you a false narrative. But it's out of denial because somebody's feeling weak or fragile and just scared of change. Doesn't make anybody a bad person. It just means somebody is very scared. All right. And then we have this working with the Wheel energy. Yeah. And this is in reverse as well. So, again, this stuck in a rut kind of thing, feeling like you don't have total control over something. And so it's because you don't feel like you have control over something, that's where the fear sets in. And that fear can be, I'm feeling like there's going to be a mix of energies, but at some point there's going to be like an analysis paralysis vibe, where it's like, on the one hand, you don't feel ready to do something, and then you're going to feel really motivated to do something, and then you're going to have analysis paralysis when it comes to that. And we have this working with the Four of Cups in reverse. It's in reverse, right? Four of Cups in reverse. And, this is, I like this a lot better because this is about, boom, a new outlook, a new direction. Suddenly you feel like you have some sort of new option. So guys, sometimes we have to get to the bottom of something before we can climb up, right? Before we can come up and feel better about something. However, you want to just be a little careful here that you don't have unrealistic expectations about this new option. Just be very realistic in your options. The Six of Cups energy in the reverse, because there can be an element of being naive with this energy. There could be an element of living in the past. Maybe even if you're going back to something that you were involved in at one point, thinking it's going to be like that again, but it's probably not. That's typically what this energy means. And then we have this working with the Moon energy in reverse, which I like much better in the reverse, to be honest with you, because this is all about clarity and the truth is revealed. The lights come on, right? The lights are coming on. Pay attention to your dreams on this night. But that is what I have for you. Yeah. So there is this clarity coming through. I feel like for Thursday's like, and I feel like we're all going to be feeling a little bit of a scaredy cat energy, even though we're going to feel very like emotionally and mentally motivated to move forward at the same time. And guys, that's the reality of life. Many things can be true at once, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm getting here. For this day, for Thursday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.